It's Cambo.
Cambo, my man.
GM. I got the big coffee out today.
Trading maniac the last few days. It's been good trading action out there, R2. I told you to buy OIH, didn't I?
What's
$311 this morning.
OIH?
OIH, the Oil Services Industries ETF.
What was it when you told me to buy it?
200.
What?
Yeah.
All right, fine.
I think I told you to buy it a second time at 250 or 270, something like that.
And it's at what now?
311. Going to 400. You know, oil is
a small 50% gain. What are you talking about?
Yeah, we use options in the stock market, so that's more like a 5.
I need to learn to use options. That is actually one that I gotta try and pick up on. You need to just message me, buy this option at this expiry date.
Yes, correct. I will.
And then tell me when
it's an interesting day in markets. We had the Federal Reserve Open Market Committee meeting when we got off the show on Wednesday. It happened at 2 p.m. The initial reaction was very bullish, as it seemed in the language of the statement that they were hinting at a soft pivot using the terminology of lag. In other words, the lag of their interest rate effects getting into the economy, and maybe we shouldn't be so aggressive because we have to wait for that lag to show up. Well, and about 30 minutes later, Jerome Powell got on the podium and basically nixed all of it. He was like, I don't even know why that was in the statement. I want to be more aggressive, I mean, it was about as hawkish as I have ever seen the Federal Reserve. And we've said that 4 times this year. And each time they've been progressively more hawkish. Markets quickly reversed and we're down a lot, and then down a lot again tomorrow. And people said, oh man, same old bull market. And then payrolls, which was the next big number coming in this week, came in hot. In other words, more jobs were created than we thought. That means the economy is still roaring. That means the Fed can't take their foot off the gas pedal. Oh no, we should be down another 3%. Markets are up over 1% this morning. Why? Well, I think we can go back to 3 weeks ago when the market rallied off hot CPI. We've run out of sellers, and we certainly hit a short-term peak earlier this week. And I was very cautious and advised people against buying anything new because of it. I thought we would see a pullback into the 3,700s. There we are. And there is still volatility next week. Remember, we have CPI coming on Thursday. So I don't think the markets are out of the woods yet. I don't think ETH is necessarily going to get above those 1660 highs we made until we get past CPI next week. But I don't think we're going to take out the lows before then. Maybe some sort of superficial breach on the CPI number. But whatever weakness there is next week, at least for me, I'm going to be buying very aggressively, looking for much higher prices into the end of November.
Movember, man.
Movember.
I was trying to think of something clever for that. That's a tough one. I'm out. Yeah. I'm sure somebody would have thought of it already.
I sent you a tweet in the DMs I thought would be appropriate for the show.
Is it your tweet?
It is. I mean, come on.
No, I'm just kidding. All right, fine. I'll pull it up.
It is, though.
It is.
It is.
Guys, I will pull this up in 1 second. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Utes is finally revealing. Man, I forgot about that project.
Utes is revealing today, I hear.
Wow, exciting.
Which is fun.
Solana's darling NFT project just took 2 months to reveal.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's going to have a very, very big cook afterwards, given that it's taken this long.
I'll give that a like. Well, I mean, what else do they have going on?
Yeah. I said they should have called it Loots, because y'all about to get looted. Yes, thank you. Someone found it hilarious. Who's
yeah, you got
right
three,
now, I guess.
and a face bomb on there. Nice,
Yes.
well done, guys. What's up? It is Friday. November. It is November 4th. This is episode 162 of the AM show. We're doing a little bit of a Freestyle Friday here because sometimes those are the best shows we actually have. We
What
just
was
pull
that
up a bunch
from?
of stuff.
Wasn't there a
If you
thing called Freestyle Friday? Was that on like BET?
Yeah, 106 in Park. Yeah.
106 in Park. There it is.
I used to watch that every Friday, man.
Free and AJ.
Yeah. Remember Jin? Jin was one of the big ones.
Oh my God, Jin was good, man.
Yeah, Jin killed it. New York guy too.
They always said he had Eminem vibes and potential.
Yeah,
he just
no.
never got there, but he just, he was unique. He had it was good.
Yeah. No, I mean, just that like young, scrappy underdog freestyler, if that's what the parallel was drawn. But I'm gonna have to dig up like some old clips of those and just have a nostalgic day one day because man, that was a surprisingly large part of my high school life.
Yeah, true.
And then we would all try and do freestyle battles, and it was not good. No, you never did it. Yeah, I guarantee you were in a cypher one day.
I was actually really good.
Timberlands. Were you?
Mm-hmm.
All right. What was your rap name?
I don't think I had one.
Okay. All right. It wasn't Free Market Capitalist, I'm guessing.
DJ fuck shit up.
Was that it?
Mm-hmm.
Were you a DJ, or is that just the
yeah, I was DJ. I wasn't rapping under that name.
Gotcha. Vintage Extras, what's going on, man? Love that Cryptoon Goons in there. I still like that project. I think I have one. Gary V likes the project, so I'm sticking around.
Yeah, we like the Cryptoon Goons.
Yeah, AlphaMint OG, Jesse Friedland.
And they stay visible, I should say.
Yeah, they do. I see them around.
Yeah.
They're like just good quality art. Let's look at them. Let's look at them because this is what we're doing today. I can't spell. Cryptoon Goons.
I sent you another tweet you got to read on the air.
I have to read it?
Yeah.
I mean,
you have to read this one.
It's 0.3 floor in this market. Not too bad. And this is one that like it never went on like a crazy rip. I think it got up to about an ETH floor at one point.
Mm-hmm.
But just such good art, good quality trades. I remember that morning too. We were prepping for the show, and that mint took a couple days, and then once it ripped.
Mm-hmm.
Goons was your first mint? Nice. What's a merciless fade? You faded Cryptoon Goons?
What are you talking about?
Oh, Cambo. He's talking. I'm talking. I'm chatting. They've held strong, yeah. Never went to zero. All right, let me find your tweet here. All right. Screw you. Okay, I'm gonna give that a retweet. That's what we do. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I say hi to you and you're like, so markets, eh? And then
yeah, I found it very funny.
I don't want to stop you when you're on a roll. This is just me being a good co-host.
Well, I found it funny, but I actually prefer that format of show. I love the show where people start talking.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it feels natural, so to say, compared to, I don't know, other formats.
Yeah, you know what? I was almost thinking like to just not have the 5-minute thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like we just let's hit the go live button and just start talking, and then people just show up. You know what I mean? But the 5 minutes is nice for me to like send a couple messages out, get a tweet, and put some of the tags and stuff in the video. So I don't know. What do you think?
No, I like it.
You like the 5 minute?
Yeah, I do.
Vote of confidence. All right, what's going on in the market today? Let's just dive right in. 15 minutes into the show.
As we were talking, we completely jinxed everything that was going on, and markets were roaring to the upside. You're on a delay there.
Yeah.
We're close back to even now, and there's a lot at play here. We had payroll numbers which came in hot, which were supposed to tank the market, and then the market tanked briefly and then reversed. And they always say, don't trust the first reaction or the second reaction. So now are we supposed to trust the third reaction here, where the market is pulling back? I'm not putting too much credence in today's action unless the S&P loses the 3720 level and closes under there. If that happened, I would actually start to go back and do some new math this weekend and figure things out. But it's options expiration today, weekly options expiration, as it is every Friday. I'm not going to put too much credence into today's action, even if we ramp, because as I have been telling everybody in the Discord, I expected 3780 today. We nailed that and we pulled back already, but we have CPI next week. And I think even if market trended up today and tomorrow, and Monday, a couple or maybe even 3 sessions of trending up, I do think they're going to go right back down, because again, whether CPI is quote unquote bullish or not, the volatility around event risk tends to run things both ways. We saw it this morning, and we saw it on the FOMC, right? FOMC first reaction, wildly bullish. Markets were ripping north. Next reaction, wildly bearish. Same thing this morning. So they tend to run it both ways. Once they've cleared out all the people gambling on a big move in each direction, then you tend to get the real move. So they've just done that here. Let's see where markets end the day. But I'm not looking to really get super aggressive until we get closer to CPI. Though, gun to my head, I do think the lows are in. I just expect us to test them again at some point. So keeping an eye on everything here. But today was
market was doing the Gordon Bombay triple deke.
What's that?
What? Never seen the Mighty Ducks, man?
Oh yeah, I have. Oh yes. No, and I'm not only have I seen it, I'm even watching the new Disney Plus series they made off of it.
They have a series?
And Emilio Estevez is back in the.
I would actually watch that.
Oh yeah,
even though I love how these kids went from like House League, couldn't win a game in House League, to winning the House League championship, to next year just being shoehorned in to be Team USA.
Oh yeah. I mean, and it's a show that's technically tailored for kids.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to take it seriously, but it was a leap.
Yeah, it's Mighty Ducks. So yeah.
I gotta watch that. Actually, I had no idea there was a series. I wonder if my kid's watching that. He loves those movies.
Mm-hmm.
Go check it out. Crypto doing all right this morning. S&P, I guess you said, is right back down to even. If you're like me, 10 minutes in the past, it's up 1%. But yeah, we can see it's slowly starting to move down as well. Crypto in real time doing all right though. ETH up 5.5% on the day. Made back most of the slow kind of burnout that we had over the course of this week. It wasn't really doing much, but just a very slight angle downwards. But getting back over that $1,600 mark in Bitcoin, probably going to start fighting with 2,100 soon, unless the market maybe starts to drag it down. But we kind of have seen, for the most part, these two moving independently of each other right now. Are you still seeing kind of a decoupling?
I mean, 100%. Even as traditional markets give back all the gains they saw this morning, ETH is right where it was at the high. ETH was at 1620. At the high, it's at 1610 right now, and stocks have already given back all their gains. I am telling you, and you may have seen it in my alt plays over the last couple of weeks, but it's fucking alt season. Like, I don't know, wake up everybody. It's literally alt season. There's a different alt story every week, whether it's XRP, Doge, Ocean, Matic, and then all the little shitcoin random pops you had with that Vitalik with the X, and then the and DAI, and it is fucking altcoin season, right in the middle of a big liquidity crisis. Jerome Powell, bitch, can't take away our alt season, even with all your interest rate raises. So this morning, Matic on an absolute fucking tear had been, kind of bumping up against 90-cent resistance for a while and just ripped above this morning, got up to almost 120. The XRP back to 50 cents. Like I said, coins behaving a lot better than markets here. I actually think that's probably a good sign for the S&P. I would think if coins can maintain here, they'll drag traditional risk back up with it into the weekend. Then I could see a very bullish weekend for crypto, and then red on Monday, Tuesday. Everyone will get all bulled up again, and then smack them back down Monday, Tuesday. Maybe a little bull trap on Wednesday. We finally get our CPI event on Thursday. It runs us in both directions, and then finally they let us free, and we can go up. Yeah.
What he said.
What I said.
No, I mean, you're right. Matic, 23% today.
Woo!
OKB up 28% today.
Is that the OK Bears token?
No.
Oh.
This is one that I see. This is one that I see. I don't want to go too in depth with it. I see a lot of advertisements for it, and that typically can be a turnoff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, oh, this is the 24-hour. That was like a sharp spike up. But like, yeah, I see banner ads for it a lot and whatnot. So I don't have any information on OKB. I typically just ignore them. I guess we can check OKX. Maybe it's an exchange. Global utility token issued by OK Blockchain Foundation. Trading fee discounts passive income token sales. Heard that shtick before. Whatever.
Yeah.
No disrespect.
More bullish than an OK Bears token.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
That community's not going well. I'm more bullish on OK Bears than Utes. Whatever the fuck a Ute is. As far as I can tell, it's 5 squares of color. Kind of like generative art, like an abstract.
A Ute?
And I know you guys are going to jump up and say, that's the pre-reveal image. Well, fuck you. I thought it was funny.
I don't even know what I'm looking at here.
Oh my God, they're coming for the coins now. Stop it. Keep it together, everybody.
Hodl.
Keep it together.
Hard. Yeah, Utes, how long has this been? Has it been 2 months? They made that big thing. We deleted our project and started over. Like, that's great. That's not a marketing
I
still have been revealed.
I still
one Ute every 3 minutes. This is the stupidest thing.
I still literally don't understand what the project is. Like, I don't know what's special about them compared to every other community scam that we've seen. Like,
it's just Solana's.
It's just hype. That's all, which is fine. I mean, I love hype. Look at Art Gobblers, but understand it's just hype. There's nothing innovative here. Stop believing the people that say it's innovative. There was nothing innovative about Art Gobblers.
They own a soccer team, though. Free market.
Yeah, that's not innovative.
No, sorry, a basketball team.
And there's nothing here to be lauded the way that people tweet out about, Frank DeGods is special or this. No, he's not. He's a fucking salesman. We're all salesmen. Anyone that could sell you a good NFT project is a great salesman. No one knows what they're doing. And the best part is they tell you. They're like, it's just an experiment. We don't know. That's cover to do whatever they want. That is cover to do whatever they want. This is a nonsense project that will make people a lot of money. I just hope you take your money when you make it.
Move fast and break stuff.
Yeah.
I want to see what the price action is on this over time. How do I see the floor price over time on Magic Eden?
I don't know.
I thought people said this was supposed to be like a good platform. I shouldn't have to click that long to figure it out. Is that what it is?
Platform. It's disrupting the Google.
The disruption. Oh, okay. So it's down a good 30% from its all-time highs.
Gods, you said?
Utes. I mean, I would assume.
The unrevealed NFT.
Yeah, the unrevealed NFT. I would assume that D-Gods is somewhere in that.
I know it came off their high or whatever. Wasn't their most, like the most famous thing that happened was the guy creating the controversy about royalties, which have now essentially ruined NFTs.
It's getting crazy out there. No, they hopped on the bandwagon after.
Yeah.
Like there was the big thing, and then all of a sudden they were like, no disrespect for anyone that doesn't follow us, but we're getting rid of our royalties because we don't believe that should be a thing. And it's like, well, great, you guys have already made your bag. Like you guys have made your money and become well funded, and got VC funding and all of that stuff. And it's just like, it was kind of like, and I think he acknowledged it, was when like Gabriel Layden was like, everything should be free and nobody should be charging for a mint. And by the way, we raised $70 million of VC funding. It was like, well, that's good for you.
Art Gobblers did 10,000 ETH in volume on OpenSea, and they made more money from that than the 25,000 ETH in volume they did on Blur.
Yes. Well, Blur was almost zero, right? It wasn't like 0.6% they ended up?
Yep, 0.6% or something like that people ended up paying. This is a stupid, destructive thing for NFTs. In general, I think for Blur, it is brilliant. And I think for X2Y2, it is brilliant because they're getting, I don't give a shit. If I am telling someone to buy an NFT, I immediately tell them to use X2Y2. Why would you have somebody spend more money than they should? It makes zero sense, right? As a market participant, I'm not going to voluntarily pay royalties. I'm not a fucking idiot.
Well, if you're telling someone to buy something, it doesn't matter what platform they buy. It's the seller that eats it.
Yeah. And when I'm selling my own NFTs, I direct people to X2Y2. As I do with my Discord. I say, go to X2Y2, please.
And follow this reference link while you're at it.
Yeah. Now, and you're seeing the hype train kind of come back out again, and I think they should be applauded for that. That it's been, I don't know how long the reveal has been delayed, but the moment it seems like they're imminent, I see the hype train out there tweeting about them, talking about how and why it's going to be the greatest thing that NFTs have ever seen. So that's good on them. That probably means honestly don't even know if it means there's a cook after. I just don't know. They've been unrevealed on the market for how long?
I don't own any of these. I'm not going to buy them. I actually don't mind these ones.
They look fine.
These ones look good. The D-Gods are terrible. The D-Gods look like that ETH project that revealed, and everyone went, whoa, what? Why did that happen?
Yeah, D-Gods are awful. Utes are fine, but it's a monkey J thing. Like, what are we doing?
It is, yeah. It is.
It's a fucking another monkey J thing. Who cares? And again, if you're here to make some money on a hype cycle, of course you care, and good, you care. I applaud it and everything. But is this innovative? Is this project interesting? Do I think they're going to do anything new except create some faux fucking community that, tries to get everyone else to pump their bags? No, that's all this is.
What is this? The 22-23, the commentary with the Larry O.B. trophy on there.
I would assume that means the Knicks are going to be the next champions of the basketball.
I don't think so.
League of America.
Are they even going to make the playoffs?
Isn't it called the BLA, the Basketball League of America?
Yeah. The BLA. I don't know. Why this just took so long? I mean, D-God's down almost about the same as Utes, about 30 40%.
Holiday in Bruges?
Huh?
Would you holiday in Bruges?
I don't know. Where's Bruges? Am I being an uncultured swine right now? No.
There was a great movie called In Bruges with Colin, what's his name? An assassin movie, but it was one of those dark humor movies. Really good.
Oh, okay. Colin Farrell?
I forget his name. He was in all the movies for a while.
Yeah, Colin Farrell was like supposed to be the biggest star on the planet, and then
he's like Irish, right?
Yeah. He went through some issues for sure. He likes his substances.
Well, enjoy your monkey JPEGs, our lovely audience. They will ideally go up in price.
Wonder if, what is going on Solana these days? Do we care? We don't care.
Unfortunately, there are other chains that have been claiming, you got Aptos and Cambo. Did I say Cambo? What's the name of it?
Canto.
Cambo, you're on my mind. Yeah, Canto and Aptos. So I think this is the danger with something like Solana, right? When your biggest selling point is price, you're going to get undercut by the newer, fancier thing that can, like Aptos, it's free gas. Cambo, it's free gas. And
Canto.
Now people, Solana summer. Well, guess what? It's fall now. Nobody cares anymore.
Yeah, but it's about to be a summer in the southern hemisphere. We didn't specify which summer.
Yeah.
I
feel like
really
all
can happen
in the northern hemisphere if I had to.
Maybe if you're in some Caribbean country. I mean, it's just summer all the time. So, I mean, Solana summer could pop off.
I would love to see a breakdown of how much ETH is in the northern hemisphere versus how much ETH is in the southern hemisphere.
Oh.
Let's not touch that one because it gets weird, but I think that's a...
Well, I mean, I think we already know one of the biggest problems with the decentralized... Well, it is decentralized, but one of the vectors of attack that the SEC had about saying that, ETH is American because most of the nodes are validated on American soil is simply because of the exchanges that exist in America, right?
Yeah.
Like Coinbase has a massive amount of ETH, and that could be owned by people all over the world in either hemisphere, but because it is stored centrally in Coinbase servers, which is an American company, it exists in America.
If they ever build a very big wall on the equator, just know that most of the ETH is up here.
Just a giant hemispherical firewall.
Trump for King of the World 2028. Perfect. I will build a wall around the equator. It will be the greatest wall you have ever seen.
You tried. You did something. Perfect.
What do you mean there was no show prep? What are you talking about?
Oh man, yeah. Today was a morning. I don't know.
Oh, look, back at the highs. Nice try, pussies. Nice try.
Are we back?
We're back. Well, I said everyone relax. There's always a few fake reactions, but especially on an OpEx Friday. And while it's not the big monthly OpEx, I mean, every Friday is OpEx now. So.
About to make pennies on this call. Get it, girl.
Losing money, my friend. If on your worst days all you do is preserve your capital, you're going to be a very rich man.
That's actually that's a great point. Who said that? Whose quote is that?
I just made it. I mean, the sentiment has been said in markets for decades. Wording I just made up, but it's this, look, Warren Buffett I forget his exact phrasing, but Warren Buffett said, if you just take care of your losers and let your winners worry about themselves, you'll be much better off, right? The goal for a good trader is not to make the most money, it's to lose the least money. It's counterintuitive, but I mean, there was a famous guy on the London Stock Exchange back in the 1800s. He was known as Ricardo the Jew. And this is not a joke. His nickname was Ricardo the Jew. He was by far the most successful operator on the London Stock Exchange. And when asked what his secret was, he said it was keeping his losses small and manageable and letting his winners take care of themselves. So when you have something that's working, that's when you let it run. That's when you add. And when you have something that's not working, just cut it. You could always get back in, right? And if you cut it and it makes that big move up, who cares? You are in the era of opportunity cost. I mean, who can, every other day there's a new cook to hop on, and even if you're only hopping on for the last few percent, I mean, if you do that every week, you're going to be way far ahead of the guy that just tries to catch that moonshot. You know, that like, oh, that one thing that goes 1000x. Well, a bunch of little 2x's will get you to 1000x much quicker. And then when you have all that padding and you can make long-term bets that you forget about, you're going to wake up to 1000x. So, yeah, the great traders focus on how little they can lose, not how much they can make.
I need to, yeah. Every time you talk about this stuff, I'm like, I got to rebalance my goddamn portfolio. It's so bad.
The stock,
not my crypto, my stock. Yeah. Like there is tons of opportunity in that. I'm so crypto heavy, which I mean, I'm happy about when crypto go burr, but.
Well, Coinbase announced earnings last night, which were a miss, but
not
again,
good.
It's baby out with the bathwater season, and a lot of companies that are missing are actually rallying because, you know, no one can tell you when something is priced in. We're all here trying to guess. I mean, that's the point of the market, right? Price discovery, trying to guess. But how do we know 5% interest rates aren't priced in already? We just don't until we do, right? We don't know until it's the past. So
that was something that, like, love him or hate him, Chamath was talking about on their podcast a couple weeks ago. He was like, look, this isn't meant to sound morbid or like, you know, I'm hoping for it, but he said there's a very real chance that like some serious catastrophic events in terms of the macro situation, and he was kind of referring to the war and whatnot, have already been priced in too. Right? Like it's been on people's minds so much, and the potential of it has been so high that like there's a very real chance that like something bad happening might not even move markets. And they were,
it would be a buy the news. Okay.
They were talking about
sell the news. It's a buy the news, right? Like that, guys, that's what the hot CPI was. It was a buy the news, right? People were expecting a hot CPI. Oh no, more hot inflation. We get it. And then the market goes, oh, okay. That is why I was so passionate about saying sellers are exhausted, right? Because you see the same thing in the opposite direction. You're waiting for the big Doge news. You're waiting for the tweet. You're waiting for the tweet happens and it reverses. And you're like, what the fuck? I was waiting for the thing. Well, the opposite happens when we get too bearish. And we are I keep saying this, that the market is going to bottom on bad data, on bad news. It's going to look ugly out there. If it bottomed when everything looked great, the market would be easy. Everyone would be a billionaire. The market tries to trick you, right? So just understand that we're not going to bottom when things look great. So that's why right now I look for signs like we saw, okay? You couldn't have a more bullish sign than rallying on bad data. And it seems we're trying to do that again today with the payrolls, which while on its face is good because people created more jobs, of course, we don't want extremely strong job growth because that encourages the Fed to continue being aggressive in their interest rate hikes. So it's a weird place we're in. But when we rally on what is perceived by the market as bad news, it really tends to mean mechanically we've run out of sellers in the short term. Now, they could show back up, especially as prices get higher. That's what they tend to do. But we talk about sell the rip environments versus buy the dip environments. And all the signals are telling me that at least for the short term, you buy weakness as opposed to selling strength.
I'm just looking at this article about like the allow list platform Spearmint that's coming out. But I mean, to me, isn't this just Premint and AlphaBot? Like we already have those. This application meta is really getting a lot of people fired up.
Well, I wonder. I mean, doesn't Premint feel like it lost some of its luster?
It really did. I was like, it was after the hack, and then like I own a Premint pass, and I was like, really, really bullish on them, and then I don't know why. Like AlphaBot just became so easy to use because it was Discord integrated, right? And they really bridged that gap disconnect between where everybody was hanging out and allowing them to kind of stay local to that scenario.
Well, I think pre-mint is great for small projects that need legitimacy, whereas large projects that have their own hype can just, run it themselves. It's not a crazy thing to take your own reservations or whatever.
No, it's not. It's not. But I mean, the biggest thing is like, I mean, we experienced it with like Star Wolves and stuff. It was a pain in the ass trying to keep track of where all the wallets were coming from.
A ton of work for a smaller
work, right? Like this is absolutely an addressable problem, and I think Pre-Mint did a great job of fixing that. They didn't have a super strong moat. It's a good exposure tool too, I suppose. But Spearmint coming out for Ethereum, they're tackling it as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't mind the application process. It's whether or not there's there's actually somebody behind the scenes that are reviewing the application process and following some kind of guidelines as to what constitutes a good person to have in the project and what doesn't. And that's not for me to decide. I'm just saying whatever they feel it is. If there's not, then you're just wasting people's time, right? You might as well just raffle it off. What is the big deal about raffles? Why do people hate raffles so much? Are raffles not like, I guess they're not fair in the sense that you get the botters that can create 200 Discord accounts or 1,000 Twitter accounts or whatever.
And people know they're not going to hit some random 101 shot, but if you tell them you can grind and you have a chance, people go, well, it's up to me. This is on me now. If I grind hard enough, I could get this. Whereas just putting a ticket in a hat, what are you going to hit, a 1 in 100 shots? That happens.
Well, I mean, how many entries? If you're doing a 8K collection, like how many entries are you going to get? 800,000? I don't think so. If it's hyped enough.
Depends on the project. Yeah.
But I mean, maybe there's some kind of like, I know people aren't, I'm going to say the dirty KYC word. Maybe that's not the way to go. I don't know. I was going to say, well, I mean, I was going to say like, if there is some kind of trusted platform that like verifies the KYC to an account, but doesn't actually participate in the KYC process. And I know there are services that do that. I mean, that would be something, but then you're just adding friction. And the second that you say everyone's got a KYC, they're going to say, yeah, no, thanks. Unless it's the other deeds, which I mean, people were happy to do, but yeah, I mean, I started thinking about it and that wouldn't fly. I mean, there's got to be some kind of like digital fingerprint that we can, apply to an account that says like, this person doesn't have 100 or 200. I don't know. Somebody will figure it out. Somebody a lot smarter and more talented than me.
All I know is ETH is just 1630 now, and I was correct. As long as coins...
You said both things. You said it could go up or down.
No. I said as long as coins do not give up the ghost here, it will drag the S&P back up, and that's what it did. Nice try there, China.
I thought you were saying that like, don't trust the first move, don't trust the second move. The third move is what you trust, and it could go either way. And you're like, see, it went away.
No. I'm saying coins, it moved. Coins as your risk indicator is pretty good right now. Like if you see either coins down and the S&P up, or coins up and the S&P down, that's a good pair trade, my friends. I would fade the opposite of what coins are doing. Right. So again, if coins are up and the market is down, I would buy the market. If coins are down and the market is up, I would short the market. This is a little correlation that's been working for the last couple of weeks. And as you know, once people figure them out, they start to break down. Look at bonds and stock. This was the big correlation all year. Bonds go down, stocks go down. Bonds go up, stocks go up, right? That, in other words, the price of the bond, right? In other words, rates go down, stocks go up, rates go up, stocks go down. That correlation is completely broken down in the last 3 weeks. Rates have made new highs on the year, while stocks are up over 300 points off their lows, or about 300 now, That is when correlations start to break down like that and it gets confusing, that tends to mark turns. And again, I'm not saying it's the turn and the new bull market has started, but it is an obvious change in tone and environment where, again, you change your mode from sell the rips to buy the dips here. And yeah, coins are a great indicator, right? Good leading indicator in both directions. Right now, we can oh, good, you brought it up. I was going to show you that tweet that if he had invested in ETH.
Yeah, but I hate this. This is a stupid headline, and this is a stupid narrative.
Yes, I love stupid narratives. Hit me with
it's so fucking dumb to say that, because he obviously has an investment thesis for why Bitcoin is more important to him and why he wants to put that on his books and what he believes the future to hold. There are a million things that he could have invested that would have, maybe not a million, but there are a ton of things that he could have invested that money in and been up way more than that. If he had put it into SHIB, he would be a quadrillionaire at this point. It's fucking stupid.
Are we equating SHIB with Ethereum now?
No.
Don't make me call the FBI here.
But I'm just saying, once you start to do it on one thing, where do you stop? Oh, well, it could have been Ethereum. Like, well, then why not Doge? Or like, why not XRP?
I would argue that
the guy has an investment thesis. He doesn't want to invest in anything else. That's like saying, if Adobe had just created Discord, their platform would be worth $8 billion more than it is right now. But they don't make communication software.
There's two coins in the world that matter, and you can compare them to each other. You can also compare them to traditional markets. So I would have loved an article to see how much he would have made if he had invested in Apple instead of Bitcoin. And I still think it's an apples and apples comparison. I don't think it's that weird because these are some of the larger financial assets in the world. And especially if you're talking about Bitcoin and ETH, sure, they both do wildly different things and they have wildly different philosophies about what makes them great. So I do think this is a fun article, but I agree. I think it's nonsense. I don't think it means anything because for him to have been that bullish on ETH, he'd have to be a different person, right? You just have to have a different mindset and thought on the world where you're more bullish on the supercomputer than digital gold. So
the people that will look at their stock portfolio every day and they'll be like, oh my God, I'm down 2%, right? They don't have a high risk tolerance, and that's fine. They're probably in some very low risk market index funds or bonds or whatever, and that's fine because that investment matches their risk tolerance. And for some people, they're willing to leave some money on the table over the long run because they can't stomach watching it go up and down every single day. And that's just who a person is. And there's no criticism there. We are pure degens when it comes to crypto, 10% up, 20% down, 50% up, 98% down, here for it. Let's go. Let's ride that roller coaster. Most people don't want to do that. So it's just stupid to criticize somebody for an investment that I'm sure they thought through more than enough. It's not like Michael Saylor was like, oh, I didn't even realize Ethereum was a thing at the time. No, he picked the one that he liked and he's sticking with it. I don't even get the point.
Yeah.
I mean, feel free to poke holes in that theory. I guess he runs a publicly traded company, so he has a duty to it. But I mean, he was also very transparent about it, and that he long said, I'm doing this. If you want to be a part of the ride, buy MicroStrategy. If you don't, sell MicroStrategy. Not a big deal.
Yes, we will see if it works out for Saylor in El Salvador. I have much hope for.
Well, I just don't see how it doesn't, and it might not work out as well as picking, a smattering of 10 other coins. I agree with you. I agree with your point that Ethereum can be held in a different regard in a different conversation. But I don't think that you can say that when he started buying Bitcoin either.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
activity on the Ethereum network when he started buying Bitcoin was a lot lower than it is now. NFTs weren't a thing. All of these fun, Web3 supercomputer narratives were, they existed, but
at the time, Bitcoin was actually sounder money. Unfortunately, that's no longer true, or fortunately, I guess, depending on where your bag.
100% it was. There's no context in that.
Now, Ether, the native token of the Ethereum blockchain, is deflationary. Constantly. I haven't seen it under 10 Gwei in 1640 now. Let's go. I haven't seen it.
Is 10 Gwei the mark that makes it deflationary?
15, I forget. You got to Google. I don't remember if it's 15, 20, 30, or 35. I don't even remember.
It's not very high, regardless.
No, I want to say it's 12 or 15, if I remember correctly, something like that.
Damn! Shout out to Pritz, who just got an invite to Ether.
Huh.
Good for him.
No, great for him. I just wonder about this Ether.
Do we know any more about it? I've heard it's. I'm just like notoriously brutal to try and get into at this point.
It is. I'm confused as how I can't get in contact with V. We used to talk before. I just think he's so inundated right now. And
you actually had like conversations with him?
Yeah, and this is what's really getting at. Like all of a sudden, it's well,
just not answering your calls anymore.
Ghosting me, as they say.
Is it this guy, Vision of V?
Yeah.
You're getting ghosted.
Yeah, I met him through Raid Party, and he's a nice guy.
Oh, that's right. He was one of the top people on Raid Party, wasn't he? I remember seeing that address again. Yeah.
Yep. Woo! I would not want to be short the stock market currently.
Yeah, they don't even tweet a whole lot, eh? October 14th.
He deletes a lot of his tweets too.
Is that what's going on? Yeah.
But it's I guess I'm sad because he said that he was looking for people that contribute to NFTs and the community and all that stuff. And I'm like, we have a show and stuff, and we like NFTs, and hi. No response.
Sorry, I was reading something. Okay. Say it again.
I don't know. I'd argue that's a free 10 ETH right there.
Ether? Yeah. No? Are there any details on the collection though? 10,000 collectibles. That's it?
Yeah. And it's going to be a story, an anime story, and the guy has pedigree in that world, so it's hard to bet against it in that. Again, whether you're into it or not, because we know both of us really aren't, but anime is as pervasive in crypto culture as I'd say anything, right?
I gotta say, I really did enjoy the Cyberpunk anime on Netflix.
Well, I gotta check it out. Everyone keeps
do it. Yeah. It's good. It's like it's good pacing. The art's good, and I just love that those vibes, those worlds, right? The
Blade
dystopian
Runner?
Blade Runner. You're talking my language.
Even that one was really good too.
Man.
Even if just for the cinematography, I don't even know if it was a good movie. I was just lost.
No, it was. It was. Ryan Gosling's a good actor.
Very good. Very good. In those type of roles, he does brooding action hero well.
Did I ever tell you he came into one of the restaurants I was working at?
Oh, cool. Is he Canadian or he was just up there filming?
He is Canadian.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. His mother lives around in this area.
Nice.
Yeah, came into. I was working in the kitchen at the time, so I guess I technically cooked for Ryan Gosling. But man, oh god, the serving staff were just. They were. Ooh.
If it was me, I would have started throwing hush puppies from the kitchen like real quick, and then look down and keep cooking like it was me, just get his attention.
Yeah. Apparently a super nice guy, though. Blade Runner is so good. I love the Tron movies, too. A lot of people kind of said Tron Legacy wasn't good. I disagree. Hard disagree.
Am I crazy, or is like ETH going to get into a negative feedback loop where the higher the GUI is, the more it's burned, the higher the price goes? It's just never going to get out of that feedback. ETH is going to $1 million a coin, isn't it? It is. I can't get my mind around it not going to $1 million.
The problem is, here is the problem. Okay. At 50 GUI and ETH worth $1 million, what are the transactions on the network going to cost?
Who cares? The poor's
matters.
We're all 100 millionaires. We don't give a shit.
It matters, though.
I'm joking.
Like, I believe it can get there, but like with the throughput transaction, GUI is going to be really low, which makes it no longer deflationary.
They'll use Matic, don't worry.
What?
They'll use Matic, Polygon. God damn.
I think I just talked myself out of crypto. I'm now a crypto bear. Like this shit's stupid. Sell it all.
I technically made more of a gain in Ocean, but now I'm just jealous of Matt. I was very long Matic for a while, and then I took my leverage off, and now I'm just a 1x chump. I'm just getting whatever the daily gain is. A 1x chump.
Our gobbler is down. 9 ETH.
So many great jokes we can make with that art.
I just took profit on my longs after hearing this.
Like these fucking idiots.
Did you just short humanity?
Like
these fucking idiots up here. Like I just have no faith in anything anymore.
This motherfucker just say $1 million ETH on the air.
Yeah. I mean, in fairness, if all of the crypto Twitter started saying that, you'd probably sell too, right?
Yeah, no, Jerome would have to raise 200 basis points next month. It would not be pretty. Can I just say, ha, Jerome, alt season. Ha! Monkey JPEGs are still 80 ETH, Jerome. You got nothing. I
wonder how many Bored Apes Jerome Powell owns.
Well, he took them from 150 ETH to 80, so I say he owns all of them. Pwned, baby.
Yeah, well played. I'll give you that one. That was a genuine laugh.
That's good.
That was a real one.
Not those fake laughs you'd be dealing me through most of the show.
Oh, I mean, I gotta throw you a bone sometimes. Although I think you revel in the womp womps. You know what? We were on Twitter Spaces yesterday with the people on Terrestrial Thursday. When you asked that last question, like you could feel the awkwardness in the air. You I've never experienced like Twitter profile pictures like squirming.
I know. Well, what I love, I am a fan of comedy, which is now legal again on Twitter, according to Elon Musk. As a fan of comedy, that when you're a comedian, just like when you are a musician, you tend to listen to weird music other people don't, right? The deep cuts. Like you're not listening to the top 40. Comedians love awkward. Like if you can make an audience go awkwardly silent, that's almost better than a big laugh. So as the consummate clown, I don't care about myself or my ego. I said Zoog for 3 months. Okay. But it was funny. I'll lean into it.
Don't turn this into like it was intentional.
It wasn't.
Oh, okay.
I'm not doing these things intentionally. I'm an idiot, but I embrace it.
Ooh, I just went down a rabbit hole in my own head here because you were talking about comedy, and I had just watched this thing of Bill Burr in Philadelphia where they start booing him and heckling him, and he just starts ripping them to shreds. Like just some of the most vile insults I've ever heard somebody hurl at a crowd, and he is just
too good.
going off for like it's like 7 minutes of him just being like, I hope your mother like died, like just ripping them apart. And by the end of it, they're giving him a standing ovation in like true Philadelphia fashion, where they're like just the most brutal people. But if you can stand up there with them, I mean, they love it.
So true. Cambo, how vicious was that bear trap this morning? We are now at new highs on the S&P. Ooh! Oh, God, bears just had their fucking intestines ripped out of them. Oh, I love it.
Oh, man, the Astros took a 3-2 lead. That sucks.
1650 ETH. Guys, I hate to say it. I don't want to say it on this show, but I think ETH is going to $1,800 per coin.
Yes.
Before $1 million. Brief stop before they hit $1 million, but 18.
that seems like a pretty natural progression. Like 1,800, then the next resistance really looks like it's around $1 million.
Oh, I'm sorry, Cambo. I know it was a confusing the people in the Discord were also like, oh my God, FMC, the pump, it's gone. That was so short. What do we do? I typed the same thing I typed to you. I said, patience, ... Sometimes you just know. If the market were logical, it'd be too easy. Everyone thinks they know. The market loves to show people they don't know. Nobody knows.
And if you don't know,
then you know. I'm not going to say the next word.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. I know all the lyrics to all those songs, but I'm very good at censoring myself when I sing them.
We appreciate.
I'll give you an invite to the Discord there, Cowabunga. There's a gated area.
Yeah, you still haven't even given me one, you dick. I mean, I know I laughed, but that's,
I know
that was an accident.
Don't worry, I got you right now.
All right. Did you get in on KPR? You participate at all?
No, I didn't. It seemed to me like a second-rate Valhalla. I don't mean that in a mean way. It just seemed like a Valhalla with like a little less hype or whatever, but still.
Right.
Did you call that price well? What are we sitting at right now?
We're sitting at 0.64, and then reveal, I believe, is happening today. I'll be honest with you. I didn't play this super well, but I did buy most. I bought 5 of them at around 0.7.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, the fact that it's holding, it kind of bounced down to 0.55, and there seems to be some volume. There's a low amount listed. I mean, kind of feels to me like 0.6 is pretty solid, which makes me feel good going into reveal. Unless the reveal sucks, I feel like this has some potential to do a post-reveal rip, honestly.
My biggest fear is that it's a good product.
Your biggest fear?
Yeah, because this reeks to me of one of those projects where there are fabulous builders behind the scene building a great project, but it's like, we know that's not what make number go up, right? If that made number go up, there'd be a lot of projects like that. I feel like this is a fabulous project run by fabulous people building an amazing product, but unless that product is ready to play with a utility token tomorrow, it may be a long-term investment. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I think Art Gobblers had its moment. I mean, that's not to say that it won't continue to have a moment, in that it's a very high-priced project and maybe some new stuff happens with it or whatever. Valhalla seems to be weeks away.
Mm-hmm.
Ether, do we really know? What else is on the table right now? Those are big hype projects, but what else is on the table right now? So I think there might be a little bit of boredom and just this is what we got right now, so let's have some fun with it, kind of thing, right?
Yeah. Nope. Cowabunga, you're right. Crypto was a good indicator there, because when crypto held in, I said, you know what? I don't quite trust this bear trap in markets. So yeah, I'm with you, Cowabunga. Coins held up, and that was the sign for people paying attention. They look great, this KPM. I mean,
this is good,
visually stunning.
Good teaser stuff.
Yeah,
I'm on board with it. That website is immaculate.
You said you were looking for the 0.6 area to buy.
Me?
So, yeah.
Yeah, I bought at 0.7.
All right.
like I said, I'm not thrilled about it in hindsight, but I mean, I also don't feel down bad right now. Like I said, that 0.6 feels really sturdy. I thought about buying a couple more at 0.55, but I was like, how much exposure do I really want to this? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not cheap when you're buying a bunch of them.
I mean, and we all know the real project everyone is extremely hype about is Dreaming of Doge. This is one that no. You were like, why are these supposed to go up again? Oh, that's an inside joke, everyone listening. I sent our two
context
Dreaming of Doge collection, which was made by Billy M2K. If you guys don't know, that is the original Doge dev.
Nope, that's not it.
Nope. He made a bunch of NFTs. He made a NFT collection called Blocky Doge, which has a 6 ETH floor right now. And he made these Dreams of Doge or Dreaming of Doge. And they're all editions of 88.
Ooh, big old sweeps there.
Yeah, I wonder why. I told you, R2. Yeah, again, guys, this is logic, right? NFT people don't play coins, but when coins become mainstream news, they look for an NFT way to play them. These are Doge NFTs made by the Doge creator. To me, they're a buy because they're extremely depressed. Like
I thought the Doge creator abandoned Doge, though.
Yes.
That's not nice. You can't abandon the Doge.
I agree. Don't worry. He's punished every day for it. Every day he has to look at the price and realize he's not a fucking billionaire. I mean, come on.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
So I think that if Elon does a Doge thing in the next weeks or months or whatever he's planning on doing it, this collection's gonna moon. I don't know if it's a long-term. Well, honestly, it probably is a long-term hold for it. First of all, they look good. Okay, they're not bad pixel art. They're made by someone who's famous, and they got the Shiba in them. That's pretty good to me. I think these are great buys. And it's funny, the most expensive ones are the one with the Shiba on Mars, which makes sense because Elon wants to go to Mars, right? And then the #1 edition of the Doge looking out over the sunset or whatever.
Oh wow, they all have the same amount in each of them.
They didn't even sell out. Some of them, Billy is still selling some of them. They didn't. The later ones didn't sell out because the market had popped already. But again, I think people are sleeping on these. Here's the only caveat: you're gonna lock your ETH up for an unknown amount of time. This isn't a mint. It's not a cook. I don't know when this comes to fruition, but this is like MFers for me. You just gotta hold them for a few months and wait.
Well, I mean, your MFers call was
0.1 to 7 ETH, and these are at 0.08 right now. So, and there's less of them than MFers.
I saw, you know what? If I'm looking for signs, I was walking to get my Starbs this morning.
Yeah.
And I walked by a handsome-looking little Shiba Inu Doge.
You want
exactly like the Doge.
You want to know life in general? I had a Shiba Inu when I was a kid, long before they were famous, long before the Doge was a thing or a meme. And I always look back and go, God damn, that was the universe telling you to all in Doge the moment you heard about that coin and just wait. Shout out to Shogun, great Shiba Inu. Rest in peace.
That was your dog's name?
Yeah, Shogun.
Nice. We always had Akitas growing up.
Yeah, and so if you guys don't know, Akitas are literal bear hunters from Japan.
Yep. You are the only person that I've ever met that's known that.
They literally are used to hunt bears. Okay, This is a fuck of a dog, a great dog, and they are the cousin of the Shiba Inu.
They're big,
massive. You do not mess with Akita.
No. Like fiercely loyal too.
Yep. Great.
Unless they get out of the house and then they'll just run away on you.
Yeah, these are amazing animals. It's just always funny to me You could, sorry, Cowabunga, message me in AlphaMint or on Twitter. I'll get you the Discord invite. Sorry about that. But I see Shibas everywhere now, and it was such a rare breed back then. But now you see Shibas everywhere, of course, because Doge has become. And you always see like a 27-year-old kid in really nice clothes walking a Shiba, and you're like, yep, he bought Doge at a third of a cent.
Right.
When I see it, I'm like, yep, he bought Doge under a penny and is a fucking millionaire now.
Tell me how well you're doing without telling me.
Yeah, right. If your Shiba Inu has a Gucci leash, I know exactly how you made your money.
What else are we looking at? Oh, Final Fantasy. Square Enix actually finally revealing its NFT game.
3,800 on the S&P. Oh my God, they can't contain us. We may take out those highs on ETH today, everybody. They tricked everyone. They tricked everybody except me. Boy, you know, you don't play every leg perfectly. And believe me, I am going to be fucking up anytime soon now, because the last 3 weeks, I don't know how, I have somehow sold every peak and bought every valley. It is incredible. It just makes me think I'm due for a really bad week next week. So let's stop listening to FMC's predictions starting on Monday, because I have been way too hot the last 3 weeks. And as a gambler, I know that cannot last. So
yeah, the return to the mean.
Yeah,
the mean
the
reversion
mean is about to show up. So today was a great call. I would stop listening to me starting next Monday or Tuesday, something like that. I'm hoping
I hate that especially when you got like the extended run good on your, like when you're playing poker.
No,
like you know to the point where like you even know you're making some questionable calls, which is basically why the mean reversion even starts. But like you've just been hitting so well, and that's such a bad gambler's like fallacy, right? Such a bad one.
Well, and because when you are a professional gambler, you feel when you're in one of those zones or streaks. Like, there are times when no matter what you do, you can't win. You do the right thing, you do the wrong thing, you do the opposite, and you just can't win. Then the opposite happens, and no matter what you do, you win. And then, of course, you start going, well, fuck it, I know I'm in one of these streaks. Really, really expert gamblers know to absolutely slam the floor on the pedal there, and then the moment you get 2 or 3 of those that work against you, you go on vacation. That's like literally right now, I swear to God, I'm thinking I'm just gonna shut down the computer next week and go on vacation and not even care what the market, because you can't keep going this well for so long. You might as well take a break, come back and reset. I mean, market's still gonna be there.
Yeah. But do you really want to miss out on this beautiful volatility right now?
That's what's tough. Like when the fish are jumping, you can't be like, oh, I'll come back in 3 days. The fish may not be there, right?
Well, you just said the market's still going to be there. No, I'm kidding. The lake will still be there.
This market, man, is. Once you figure it out, it's a gift. There's never been this type of volatility nor access to instruments in history, right? Like you couldn't do this in the 80s. You couldn't do this in the 50s. It's quite incredible. And if you enjoy speculation, you are in the golden era.
Do you think it's a golden era, or do you think it's just like something that's unlocked, right? Like, it's not like we're ever going to revert.
Oh, I agree. And I don't think TV is ever going to go away, but you can look back in retrospect and see that there were golden eras of it. And
that's fair.
They come back. They don't go away forever. So I do expect, again, I've talked about my kind of macro, larger, decades-long prediction that we're still in a secular bull that peters out towards the end of the decade. I think it'll be a good 10 to 15 years of just sideways, and it'll be low vol. Like, it won't be like this, okay? This bear market, Like, again, it's been some of the greatest opportunity, but whether it's been Luna, I mean, buying Luna at the lows, 1000x off, art gobblers, goblins, we are going to, how many cooks and crazy volatile moments. And had you just been, it doesn't matter whether you were a bull or bear. There were so many opportunities on both sides of the tape this year. Like, what a real bear market is when that goes away. Fuck whether it goes up or down. We just want.
Well, I mean, if art gobblers hadn't happened, we were like right there.
Well, here's where I think we have to zoom out and analyze, right? 2008, our last major financial crisis, which, with the exception of COVID, which felt much more like a one-off exaggeration than like a systemic financial crisis, right? You look at 2008, lack of liquidity was the issue. And, you look at liquidity like the oil in your car. Just imagine what would happen to your engine if there was too little oil there. Now, if there's too much oil, you'll also fuck up your engine, but you tend to be able to bring it to the mechanic. They can drain it and deal with it. If you drive for a few miles with no oil, your engine overheats and dies. I mean, the block, it's done, right? There's nothing you could do at that point. Same with liquidity. Right now, our issue is too much liquidity, not too little. That's a very different type of crisis. That's why expecting like giant institutions like Credit Suisse to go under and for there to be like a prolonged 3 or 5 year bear market where prices, I don't see it this time. And it's mainly because there's so much liquidity out there that is just waiting for another opportunity. That's the Fed's problem. It's not that there's too little. And back in 2008, had the government not gotten together with the central bank and decided to write blank checks to every institution, the Western financial system as you know it probably would have been over. It came that close. This is not that. So I just, where I do think that will happen again towards the end of the decade. And that's a much more dangerous atmosphere for a trader, not because the direction changes on you, but because volatility loses. The opportunities go away. We go from the era of opportunity cost to the buy and hold era, where it's like you need to find a good idea and just buy and hold it and hope it goes up over time, because you're just not going to get that same type of action you got during this bull, during the middle, late phases of this bull.
Elon just tweeting out that people are trying to destroy free speech in America.
Well, I keep getting, okay, so I've tried to be very disciplined with Doge, right? I sold.
He deleted it already. What the hell?
I sold pretty much the Pico top at 14.5 cents. I've only day traded it since then. But I have this deep-seated fear Elon's going to tweet something at any moment, and it's going to be up 50%, and I'm going to miss it right now. And last night, we should have brought this up during the show. There was a report that Twitter has abandoned its crypto wallet plans. I repeat, a report from a credible organization that Twitter has abandoned its crypto wallet plans. Now, Doge immediately started to tank 10% on it. Other coins fell in sympathy. Of course, you had earnings reports last night with the traditional markets being down, just exacerbating this bearish, macabre feeling, right? But let's think for a second, okay? Elon just got there. We know for a fact he is thinking about incorporating blockchain into social media. There's a million leaks of him discussing it, okay? Of course, any current plans at Twitter are going to be scrapped, right? Anything that's going on, I'm sure Elon's looking at everything like, that's fucking stupid. You're doing that wrong. Scrapped. That's dumb. That's not going to work. Scrapped, okay? This report likely comes from an employee who was ahead of the team who just got told by a higher up, oh, we're ending this project. You're fired. Of course Elon's going to integrate crypto into Twitter, you fucking idiots. I was hoping that this report would knock Doge down to 10 cents where I could buy it again. Got down to like 11.5, and now it's already back up at 13. Motherfucker. So, that's a nothing burger in my opinion. I still am not willing to make a huge bet on Doge until it gets back to the 10.5 cent area. especially because I'm using leverage and it's just way too easy to knock it down 10% for some random reason. Whereas I think if we can get down to that 10 cent, 9.5 cent area somewhere in there, that's really good support. I'd place a very large bet on Doge.
I love this Greg account, man.
Yeah, Greg's
one of my favorite.
Good guy. And Sam Bankman-Fried bought him a Tesla. You remember
What?
that? Yeah. He literally DMs Sam Bankman-Fried and said, "Can I have a Tesla?" And then 3 weeks later, there was a picture of one with a red bow in his driveway with Sam going, "You're welcome."
What? I didn't see that. That's amazing.
Yeah. Well, I asked Sam a few times since then, and I still am yet to receive a Tesla in my driveway.
If you spend $8 a month for the next 50 years, you'll end up spending $48,000. Let that sink in. Oh my God, it's so good.
I'm going to say this very plainly to all the NFT people listening right now. If there isn't a collection called $8 minting by Saturday, NFTs are dead for good. There's no coming back from that. Man, I didn't even get a fake laugh for that. Not even a fake laugh.
Oh, I'm reading. Yeah, no, you're right. $8.
Ugh. Nothing.
I'm sorry. I'm out of it today, man.
Woo!
Out of it. What do you got going on this weekend? What are you doing?
I don't have any plans.
No.
Nope. We've been under the weather here, and
yeah, man, it's going around. I was sick last week, and I'm still like just having like the residual effects of it.
Yeah,
it's making sleep like uncomfortable. I get up and have to like blow my nose every couple hours, and it's brutal.
Oh, God. And that's it, man. That's what it's the worst when you can't breathe when you're sleeping. God, it's like torture. Absolute torture.
Didn't help that I stayed up way too late last night. I was I've been live streaming, working on the pixel art.
Really?
Stuff. Yeah.
You don't even tell me. You don't even let me know.
You want to come watch?
I guess I do.
Well, I'm gonna actually do a little bit of it after the show. We'll wrap it up in a couple minutes, and then I'll just slide over there.
Star Wolves pixel art or stuff you're working on for yourself?
No, the Star Wolves stuff. Just animating the machines.
Because if you want to pixelate like a dollar symbol with an 8 after it for the weekend, I'm sure we can get a contract loaded up and ready. Free mint. If you can't pull down 20 ETH from that, we're losers. Come on.
Why not make it $8?
Make what $8?
The mint.
I guess.
That seems so topical, though.
I know, but people got to spend ETH, and ETH moves. It would be impossible to do unless we charge them in Tether. Do you think we should mint in Tether?
the first NFT mint on the Tether chain.
Wow, Lincoln. Wow, I'm gonna remember that.
Yeah.
Courtesy laugh. All right, I'm gonna remember that.
Well, at least it was courteous.
Yeah.
The only thing better than a courtesy laugh is the sensible chuckle.
Ocean back to 22 cents. I'm sorry, Cambo. I shouldn't even be talking about it. I know it's a...
I actually think he laughed.
Yeah, but Cambo. But
am I streaming this weekend on that? Yeah, I probably will. I'm going to be out for the evening tonight, but maybe I'll be on later. I've been having fun with it though. It's like I'm not getting a ton of people watching, but just throwing some jammers on.
Let's call it $8 Pepe.
$8 Pepe?
Yeah. Pepe? How do we pronounce? See, I know that's another one I say wrong. Do you say Pepe or Pepe?
Pepe.
All right, Pepe the Frog.
But
Pepe the Frog.
Does Pepe fit in with the $8 thing, or is that more of a Doge thing?
Just throw a Ute fucking reference in there too while we're at it. Whatever's hype.
A Pepe tube.
Yeah.
Art gobblers with an $8. 8 gobblers.
Yes. R2. Yes. Don't even make a JPEG. Do a pre-reveal
Board
image.
8 Yacht Club?
Could you do? Okay, let's do this because we're saying it live on the show. Therefore, it's not illegal. Let us. I want you to make a pre-reveal image of Pepe holding $8. Okay.
And if I just like brutally assaulted someone behind me here, it would be like I did it live on the show, not illegal.
Yeah, we don't know if it's real. It could be.
It's entertainment.
The reveal image is just a rug. Okay, we just take a photo of a rug, 10,000 rugs. That's the reveal image.
But 888 already did that.
I know. Who cares? People will laugh again. It's funny. That joke is always funny. That joke will never not be funny. Make it a middle finger or something. Just something funny.
An $8 rug.
Yeah, as long as it's a free mint, we're good. We can't charge the $8 though. Then we'll get in trouble.
Do you remember? I wonder if I still have this picture on my phone. Do you remember when I was I went out for dinner one night, and beside the place that I went for dinner, or what was I doing? I don't know. Remember the GM flooring and rugs?
Yes, I think so.
I don't know. Can you see that? That's not a good thing. GM flooring and beyond rugs.
Nice.
Now everyone's gonna look up. Now everyone's gonna look that up and say you live close to here, but I don't.
Are we mooning? Should I go check the Star Wars price?
I mean, we've held pretty steady for where we are and what this market is.
Yep. Did you mint your friendship bracelet yesterday?
My what?
We should have mentioned that. Art blocks. Wow, block. Whoa, you were right. 2,500% jump in Dreaming Doge. Who could have called it? I ask. Who would have called it? Someone spent 5 ETH on block art. I gotta go see what that is.
On block art?
Yeah, on block.
Whoa.
Art. Let me see what it was. Jesus. You know what collection they swept? Do you remember that first collection?
Oh, they spent 5 ETH like sweeping, not like
sweeping. But they bought that collection that we all minted. Not the spaceships, the other one. What was the first one? Oh, look. It's crazy. They spent a ton of money.
I am on it right now. This
one?
Remember
those? That was the first one that after we discovered art blocks, we were able to mint with everything.
This one?
Yeah.
I never minted those, but yeah.
No, I didn't either, but AlphaMint did. JRP Sanchez, you're actually 100% correct. If anybody comes to New York City and shows me their MetaMask wallet with a Star Wolves, I will not just virtually, but I will physically smoke you up with the finest cannabis on the planet. So that is built-in utility for Star Wolves, guaranteed.
These were cool, man. The ships suck.
The ships suck. Those other ones are definitely cool, but wow, that's a big sweep. I know
the ships ruined the floor. You go into the collection and you see this, and I know that's not what it's all about, but the floor is thin. Remember, you guys went crazy on the marbles. I didn't get the marbles.
Yeah, those aren't doing well. The other ones are doing well. My favorite collection, you see that one you just clicked on? That's my favorite collection. I know people are like, it's a fucking line, but it's very Matisse-like in my opinion. And there are not a lot of other generative collections that look like that. Yes, I own them. Yes, I'm shilling my bags, but I don't expect our clock to be bumping anytime. I love that. Look at that flower in the scribble line.
This one?
Oh, it's simple, but I don't know. Some shit just speaks to me.
I know we've said this a bunch of times, but the Harporis are like top tier generative art.
Top tier art.
Some of them suck. Like this one doesn't do anything for me, but like this one doesn't do anything for me. But the people that made
most people should not be artists, and that's one thing that that block art demonstrates. But for the people that nail it, amazing.
Yeah, like some of them not good.
No.
That one's kind of cool though. It's like a shattered screen. This one's dope.
Yeah.
This one's cool. That one's kind of cool. This was a lot of fun to make them too. For anybody that actually doesn't understand the context of this was like art blocks, but instead you actually got to tweak a bunch of sliders and you chose the block, the Ethereum block, in which the artistic algorithm kind of pulled from. And then there was different rarities in those blocks based on, you know, the combinations or whatever. And some of them became like just stunningly beautiful, but you could change the color palette, you could change the length of them to a varying degree, right? Like you still had to search out a good block to build from.
But wait, R2, because this is very topical and pertinent to something going on in NFTs right now with the most famous generative artist alive, Tyler Hobbs of Fidenza fame, starting his QQL. And guess what QQL is, my friend? It is a block art clone.
Is it really?
Yeah. So QQL is very similar to block art when it mints because you get to create the art. So Tyler Hobbs basically gave you the generative engine, allows you to play around with it, and then you can mint your painting that you made for X amount of ETH. I think they minted like 10 ETH last time I checked. They're expensive to mint. But there are many punks and high-end art collectors out there that have said publicly, if you create a QQL you love and want it minted, send it to me. And if I like it too, I'll mint it for you. I don't think they give it to you, but they'll make your piece of art exist in the world. So I want to laud art blocks because this was, you know, when generative art still looked like it was going to take another huge leg up and people were looking for the next art block, so to say. Block art was something that I stumbled upon and was really my baby. I mean, I was super passionate about the potential of what it could be in the generative art world. And their big angle, of course, compared to art blocks was that you kind of make the art. And it's great to see Tyler Hobbs pick this medium or format up. And I do think whether it's next month, next year, or at the end of the decade, block art will have its moment for being the historically significant collection that it is. CryptoLink, you do own it if you are the one who mints it, but there are rich people out there who are telling the poor that if you would like to mint one and you can't afford it, we will mint it for you. So, you know, no. But yeah, if you mint it, it goes to your wallet. So yeah, you pay 10 ETH and you own it. I think R2 got frozen on his internet. So it's just me doing a monologue now, but definitely go check out block art. And there are quite a few collections there that I do think will be in the MoMA, in the Met. That's how good they are. They're not known. And you'll see there are some collections within block art that have, you know, 10 pieces, 30 pieces, 100, very, very low supply. And those, some of the best generative art I've ever seen. And I don't know when, but they're eventually going to be found by museums and large collectors. And you'll notice if you look at those particular ones in block art, there's just never any for sale. Like the floor on them is 1 or 2 ETH, but there's usually only 1 or 2 for sale. And the rest are just held by real collectors. Great stuff. Shout out Adrian Leb, creator of block art.
What'd I miss?
Nothing. Just block art. I was making that conversation go a little long so that you could get back here.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I thought my power went out, and then I realized it was just my computer that turned off, which was bizarre. I don't know. Whatever. All right. Anyways, I think that's probably a good spot to wrap it up. How's the markets doing? Are we still good? We're still alive?
we were above 3,800 on the S&P. A little bit of a pullback now, but I would consider today a win for the bulls unless something crazy happens towards the end of the day. Coins still looking great. It's bullish out there. 1650 on Ether right now.
We did it.
We did it.
We made it. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. Sorry I dropped it there. I don't know what happened. But, oh God, now everything's booting up. I don't even know what's going on.
Hurry, do the outro before we lose you.
Yeah, cool. Hit the like button, and if you tuned in late, this show has been recorded, and it will be on YouTube like they all are. Guys, I hope everybody has a great weekend. First weekend in November. It's still ridiculously warm here. I don't know what's going on. Is it in New York too? Like,
yep.
Like very unseasonably warm.
Yes.
Like we're in the 60s here.
Yes, 70s yesterday here in New York, and I haven't checked today, but it still feels warm.
Crazy. Wild stuff. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate everyone's time. Cambo, I'm sorry that whatever happened to you happened. I still have your art. I saw that, though, and that's okay. Just start making more, man. You're actually really good at it, so that's like a thing. Cambo's art, good stuff. Go check it out. Yeah, all right, we'll do this again on Monday, November the 7th. I'll have a better prepared show for you today, but whatever, it's fine. It's always fun just being up here and chilling and hanging out, chatting with you guys. Feels like a good Friday thing to do anyways. I don't know. Go KPR. Woo, we did it. Free market, get us out of here.
Have a great weekend, you beautiful DGens, and good luck in the casino.